Alright, so today we got another video coming around. How we take real life examples and apply law of attraction to it. So last few videos, been changing things up a little bit. Kind of feeling a little bit more like myself. So today's video is about fear. And is fear a warning? Or is fear something that we're manifesting negative things to happen to us? So I'm going to use a story about myself. Tell you right up front, can't tell the story without cursing. I would have to change the story. So if cursing bothers you, now it's time to click off the video. And you probably can expect a little bit more reverency coming from this channel from here on out, so I can be a little bit more like myself. So here's the story. My father, when I was about five, he thought it was a great idea to take me to see Jaws on the big screen. Not my first movie on the big screen. First one was War of the Worlds, which was another brainiac idea, but nonetheless, 5 years old I am seeing Jaws in the theater. Okay, so you can pretty much know what's going to happen, right? I wouldn't take a bath for months. I was afraid Jaws was going to come up through the drain. I wouldn't swim in the pool. This is a secondary story to the original story. I wouldn't swim. We had a pool, and I became definitely afraid that Jaws was going to come up through the drain. So I would swim from the shallow end to the deep end at a normal pace, but then from the deep end back to the shallow end, I swam my ass off. And I ended up swimming so fast, I developed the ability to swim short distances so fast that when I went to the Air Force, I tried out for the swim team for the relay. And they looked at me, and I was about a foot shorter than everybody else, and they're like, dude, you can't swim, you're too short. I said, just put me on the first leg. So I did, and I could swim so fast with such a short distance from being afraid of a shark that was going to come up through the pool drain that we won every race because I ended up with a lead so large that the rest of the relay team couldn't pull the lead. All they had to do was keep pace. So, but that's not the story. All right, but the point is I was definitely afraid of sharks. I wouldn't even go. I would go to the beach, but like if the water hit my ankle, okay, I would lose my shit. All right, the water hit my ankle, I'd be like, shark! So, all right, not going in the water, right? Forget about going in any kind of lake, river, anything like that, just nothing. Fast forward, and after I became a massage therapist, somewhere about age 37 or 38, I started doing a lot of house calls. And my son, my kids started to get to that age where they want to go to the beach, go boogie boarding. So, over the course of a few years, I developed the ability to get ankle, then knee deep, then almost above the knee and into the thigh. And eventually, waist and navel deep. So I could boogie board. How did I do it, right? Well, I wouldn't exactly recommend this technique in my practice, but in the real world it works. Okay? The bottom line is that I would get into the water, and if anything, even remotely, because I was at the point, like originally I would get into the water, and if I tried to get in like shin deep and a piece of seaweed would hit my leg, I would freak out and jump out. So what I basically did was anything that hit my leg, anything that looked suspicious, anything I thought that was going to, come and get me, I would just look at it and say, fuck you. All right? That's how I got over the fear. That's how it is. Okay? That's the truth. So that's how I did it, right? So over the course of these 3 or 4 years, I developed that ability to be able to be, waist deep and navel deep, so I could boogie board with the kids. And if I saw anything or felt anything that was, maybe a seaweed brush up against my leg, or on occasion a fish, you'd see it, or they might brush up against your leg, and you're, fuck you, man, leave me alone, get out of here. But it worked, right? Fear went away. So after a few years of that, I started to notice, these kids, 18, 20 years old, they're going out, and they're going out further, and they're going out surfing. Now here's the thing. From the time that I saw Jaws, spirit, gut, whatever you want to call it, kept saying the same thing to me from the time I was 5 years old. Don't go out there, Jaws is waiting for you. Okay? Over and over and over and over again. No matter what, anytime I would think about going out to where the surfers are, Spirit would tell me, dude, don't go out there, Jaws is waiting for you. Okay? That's what I kept hearing. So, this one fine summer day, a bunch of college kids come up with their boards, they head out. Now I'm just about getting ready to get in. I'm thinking, you know what? This is just stupid, man. This is stupid. I'm almost 40 years old, or at this point I might have already been 40. I'm getting on my board. I'm going out there. It's not like it's where you can't stand, right? It's maybe chest deep. I'm going out there. I'm done with this. I'm done with this freaking fear. So, paddle out there. I'm standing around. It's not really a whole lot of waves. A little bit of a chop. I'm about chest deep. Looking around. Not really any waves to really catch too well. But anyway, it was just being out there, not being afraid. So I'm just kind of looking around, looking over here, looking over there. And as I glance over there, that way, it's about, I don't know, 6 to 8 foot shadow in the water. I don't know, 20 feet, 30 feet away, something like that. It's moving right towards me. I didn't think nothing of it. I just kind of looking around, I saw the shadow, I'm like, fuck you, man. Turn back around to look for a wave. Next thing I know, 6 foot bull shark smashes into me. I flip. I do a complete freaking 360 where my feet go out of the water and back in the water, and I land standing up. And when I shake my head, sure enough, there goes this shadow going the other way. I said, what? Jaws was really waiting for me. I kind of stood there in shock for, 10, 15 seconds. Then the shadow started kind of, make a right turn, like maybe he's thinking about coming back. I said, no, we're cool. I'm good. Grabbed the board. Walked in real slow, too, right? Nobody else knew what was going on. Not like a yellow shark or some shit like that. It was just like, I think I'm just going to grab my board. I'm going to go back this way. So, I get back out and I'm just standing there on the beach. I got my board. And I'm rewinding and playing, and rewinding and playing. I'm like, did that just happen? Yeah, it did. Did that really? It did. Did it? Did I really? Yeah, I just did. Jaws was waiting for me. 5 years old. I see the movie, and since then Spirit is like, don't go out there. Jaws is waiting for you. And I'm like, fuck you. And Spirit is like, all right, don't listen to me. And Jaws is waiting for me. You're kidding me, right? So I stood there. 10, 15 minutes. I'm thinking, well, you know what? If I don't get back in the water now, if I don't get back in that water right now, I know I'm never getting back in. And damn it, there's nothing I love more than boogie boarding. It kept me in shape. I love being in the sun and the salt water was healing. Like, there's no way I am letting this fear win. The worst thing, all right, maybe not the worst thing, right? I still had, I wasn't a shark attack, but I mean, I was right. Jaws was waiting for me. I went out there. Fine. I will stay in the area where I'm supposed to, where a boogie board, and I won't go out there with the surfers, and we'll cool, right? All right, Jaws, you're good. You win. So I go to grab my board, and I look down to grab it, and my freaking leg is bleeding. When the shark swam away, I knew I felt something. He kind of flicked his tail, and I didn't realize it at the time because I was all disoriented. But he flipped my shin, and I had a nice slice. And I'm standing there on the beach bleeding. Nobody's saying anything to me. I got blood. Nobody's saying anything. I'm standing there bleeding on the beach. So I went back and I sat in the towel and I patted it and I just waited for it to dry. Waited for it to dry off so it wasn't just like, leaking blood so bad. And about 10, 15 minutes later, I went back in the water, I went boogie boarding, and from there on out, I did not go out where the surfers were, but I was like, all right, no, we're cool. We're gonna just hang in this zone. But I wasn't afraid to boogie board at that point. So, all right. Now here's the thing. How did that serve me? What did I learn? And that is the point of the video. Fear, it can warn you of something. And also, there's going to be the other side to that, right? That's going to say, well, man, you know, maybe I manifested that shark being out there because I was thinking it was going to happen or knowing it was going to happen for 35 years. Okay, none of us really know exactly, right? We can't guarantee which way or the way, you know, which way or the other that works. Well, my theory, here's where I'm going to go with it. Fear is an alert that a lesson is coming. Because whatever you're afraid of, how many times does it happen, right? So if you quit something or if you avoid something because you're afraid that something's going to happen, overwhelmingly, the majority of the time, that situation is going to continue to represent until you respond with the appropriate action. Whether that is to quit what you're doing or to continue doing what you're doing so you can learn the lesson, move past the lesson, and have it serve you in the future. So how did going out there and getting over that fear serve me in the future? Well, fast forward another couple of years, and now here I am. I live on the eastern shore of Maryland. I basically live a mile from the bay. I live, I don't know, 1,000 yards from the river that leads to the bay. The water is dusk, black, basically, right? You cannot see, you know, past, you know, if you stick your arm in, you're not going to see your elbow, okay? It's that murky. But I'm out there when it's warm, I would say from mid-March all the way up to mid-November. I'm out there almost every day with the dogs. I got the full-length waders on. Half the time I'm up waist deep, chest deep. Or I go out there fishing without the dogs and I'm walking all over the place and I'm wading. And sometimes I'm up to my neck just to get to, you know, get to a different spot. I can't see what's going on. Okay? No way. There's no way in hell I could have done that. Now in my life, that thing that gives me the thing I live for practically, the thing that gives me so much enjoyment, there's no way I could do that if I didn't go through that process of not just learning how to boogie board, but getting all the way out there, having the thing I was most afraid of actually be there waiting for me. And then I got through it and like, well, shit, I don't even have a scar, unfortunately. I don't even have a scar that proves the story. That's the crappy part, right? He's like, I can't even be like, look at the scar. No, it's like, yeah, okay, sure, you got bumped by a shark. But really, it did. So that's the story. The point is that if you're afraid of something and you continue to notice that situation continues to come again and again and again and again and again, just let it come. Stop trying to avoid it because there's a lesson there and there's a reason why Spirit keeps throwing that fastball at your head. And it's not always so you can just learn how to duck and get out of the way. Sometimes you got to know how it's going to feel to get hit in the head with the ball and be like, all right, bring the next one. Fine, just whatever, man. I'm going to keep walking forward. You keep throwing balls on my head. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do what I want to do. So, all right. That's enough of that for today. That's the point of today's video. And look, thank you guys for watching. You know, I'm not going to sit here and complain about who's watching and who's not watching anymore. I'm going to make the videos for my own personal peace of mind. And if you guys get something out of it and enjoy it, that's great. If the cursing bothers you, I'm sorry guys, but I got to be how I am and how I really am in real life. And so everybody that comes along, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you again in tomorrow's video.